Hi everyone, this is Molly with my labor and delivery video, which is really just a delivery video. So Sarah was born February 19th at 8:17 in the evening, and she was 7 pounds 15 ounces, 20.25 inches long, and she was born by C-section. That morning or that afternoon, we had a regular appointment. I was 40 weeks and 3 days. So we went in for our regular appointment, and the routine was to do an NST and, of course, check to see if I'm dilated or anything going on down there. Well, on the NST, she was not doing what they expected. She had some accelerations in the heartbeat, but not the 15 points that they were looking for. And we stayed on it for a long time. And then so they had me go over to ultrasound, and they did a biophysical, and she didn't score well on that either. So we're like, okay, what's going on? And the doctor, he said that he really, since I'm 40 weeks and I was 40 weeks and 3 days, then we should just get her out. And so he checked me, and I was not dilated any, which I didn't expect to be. No, with me, I don't dilate beforehand. I dilate after my water breaks or when I'm actually in labor. So I was really, really disappointed. Then he sent us over for a second opinion to the maternal fetal medicine ultrasound specialist. So we went there and did the biophysical ultrasound again, and she looked good. Everything looked good, but what they were looking for, everything looked good as far as her physically. But what they were looking for, the movement, breathing, it didn't look good. It didn't look bad, but it wasn't what they expected. So he confirmed that, let's get this baby out. And she did have, they did something with the cord where you can see the blood flow through the cord. And that was fine. It was good. But he said it seemed like it was a lot of cord bunched up around her neck. So he was like, I don't know if it's around the neck or not. And he said, usually that's not a problem. They can have the cord wrapped around her neck. But he said since she wasn't scoring well, he agreed with my doctor that we should get her out. Now, the maternal fetal medicine doctor is at the hospital. So they were like, just go over to labor and delivery. We were totally unprepared for this. We were just going for an appointment, see if I'm dilated, go back home and wait, because I really, really, really did not want a C-section. And I just wanted to wait and see. I wanted to just have her the normal way. But anyway, so we walked over to labor and delivery. About this time, it was maybe about 3 or 4, and they actually scheduled, he was like, okay, I hadn't ate since early that morning, so it was okay to do the C-section that evening, and we were actually scheduled for 6:30, and all this was like too quick for me. But we got delayed a little bit, so it was more like 7:30 we went in. And then getting in there was, after we got in there, that's this part 2. Last time I had a C-section with the last baby, I labored and he wouldn't come down. So I had the epidural, and no problems getting the epidural in, no issues. Well, I'm just learning this, when you get a C-section, like a scheduled C-section, they give you a spinal, which shouldn't have been a big deal. With my first 2, they were vaginal, but I did have a spinal. It was way back in the day, and when I think about it now, it doesn't make sense because they gave me a spinal when I was 10, and I could have pushed them out and endured the pain from then on, because the pain beforehand was worse than it just didn't make sense. Anyway, they never had a problem, so no problem. I'm going in. okay, get a spinal. He explained everything to me. There are two medicines that I don't do good with. One is Toradol, which they normally give you after C-section, and anything that has to do with Vicodin, I can't take. It makes me get a migraine. So we go in to get ready for the C-section, and the anesthesiologist cannot get the spinal in, and he tried for a half an hour. A whole bunch of times he stuck me, and he could not get it in, and it, like, the numbing would numb where the needle was going in, but I would get like these pains, shooting pains down my legs. So after trying a couple times, he was like, okay, this is not gonna work, we got to put you under. Okay, which was okay. It was very disappointing for my husband because he couldn't come in. And I think if he would have saw what I went through when I was in there, he would have understood a little better. But I know he was really disappointed, and I really didn't want to be put under, because I knew she would be drowsy and sleepy, which she was for a couple of days too. But you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. So then I had her. Okay. So, you know, they put me under. I had her back in recovery. Was horrible, just horrible. The medicine, when he explained the spinal to me, he explained that there's pain medicine they put through the spinal too, and you know, that like carries you. Well, I didn't have any of that medicine. I don't know what I had. I had the push button thing. I think it was Dilaudid, but it had to catch up. So when I came to in recovery, I was in like so much pain. It was just horrible. It was so bad that when they push down, you know how they push down on your uterus, that I was like pushing their hands back. And usually I'm like real tolerant, cooperative, and I can tolerate some pain, but this was horrible. I was like, do not touch me. And I didn't even want to. I was in so much pain. I really, in the beginning, I didn't want to hold the baby, but that passed really quick. Like within 10 minutes, I was like, okay, where's my baby? But so that was bad. The first night was terrible, and it was kind of disappointing to my whole family here that would have been at the hospital, because the C-section was so late that after was when we got done and back to the room, it was after visiting hours. So people had to come the next day, which turned out to be okay because I was in so much pain that I didn't really want anybody to visit. So that's how my delivery went. Let's see, what's been happening then since. We went to the doctor. She went to her checkup after at 6 days old, and she was 8 pounds then, so she's gaining good. I am in the hospital. I do everything, I guess, not how I'm supposed to. In the hospital, I supplement, and she gets a bottle. She got a bottle, and I did this with the last one too. I got a bottle and a pacifier, all the stuff that they say when you breastfeed you shouldn't do. I do. Towards I think the last day, my milk started coming in, so she got on the breast, she latched, no problem. So that's been going good. She is strictly breastfed, but she does take the bottle. I pump and give the bottle so her daddy can feed her and I can get a break. And so let's see, what else? I have been in a house for almost 2 weeks. Today was only the second time I've been out. It's driving me crazy, but then again, I'm so tired because she is definitely a night owl, and she eats every 2 hours, and it's not like she eats and goes right back to sleep. She eats and stays up, and I maybe get an hour of sleep. And of course, she likes to sleep on her mommy or right next to her mommy. So, and I don't co-sleep. I don't like it at all because I don't sleep well, because I'm paranoid. So I try to put her in her bed as much as possible. And let's see. My little William has adjusted to her really good. He kisses. He loves to kiss her, and he just knows that there's no baby in my stomach anymore, which was I don't know why I thought that he was gonna think it was still in there, but yeah. So that is about it. Still getting adjusted at home. I noticed in the hospital I was really like, I think I was having a bit of postpartum because I was really like, just kind of like sad. And part of it was because I had to have a C-section and didn't get to wait. But then, we got a healthy baby and I'm fine. Oh, and I must say, after the first day of that terrible pain right after surgery, this recovery has been better than my first C-section recovery. So it's been really easy. I came home with only take Tylenol and ibuprofen. So, and that's been working. It's just easier. And my sister actually told me, she said the second time around it'll be easier, your recovery will be easier. So it has, because I really, really didn't want to be cut a second time. I was just thinking it's only going to get worse. But so it has been easier. I think that's about it. Everything is as normal. My husband is off work, and so he's helping a whole lot especially with William. And anytime he gets a chance, he's feeding her and holding her. That's about it. I won't keep you guys any longer. Talk to you later. I'll do a video with her when we have something to say about her. All she does now is sleep and eat and poop. And, look cute and stuff and get held and hugged and stuff like that. So, and she is woke a little more during the day, but still, majority of the time she's sleeping. Okay, well, I'll let you guys go. And I'll talk to you guys later. Hope everyone is doing well. And bye, guys.